Movie review, and this movie was released last year. Calm the Horses, directed by Nick Rowland. It's based on a short story by Colin Barrett and Joe Murtong. And in the cast, Cosmo Jarvis plays the lead role of Douglas, nicknamed Arm. Niamh Algar plays his ex-wife Ursula. Barry Keoghan plays Dympna Devers. Liam Carney plays Flanagan Devers. David Wilmot is Hector. Brian Doherty plays Laura, and Ned Dennehy plays Porty. And so let's get on with the details of this movie. Douglas, played by Jarvis, is a former amateur boxer. He's down on his luck after a life-changing match which did severe damage to a hand, and he falls into the world of the Devers, led by Dympna, Barry Keoghan, and Porty, Ned Dennehy. They're a bunch of Irish drug dealers, and Arm has fallen under their wing as a strong arm enforcer, no pun intended. Early on we see him beating a man unconscious, as the man in question had drunkenly molested a 14-year-old girl in the Dever family at a party. He does their dirty work for sure. He gets the job done, and where no one else can. But the life of crime is taking its toll, particularly on his young son, who he had with his former girlfriend, Ursula, played by Niamh Algar. The son suffers from learning difficulties and is classified as autistic. Determined to make amends for his son's move away to a special school in Cork, Douglas is faced with the possibility of escaping the vice-like drick of the criminal underworld. But that world just won't let him go. And it's a story that isn't really new. But through the performances, the direction, and the real-life type characters, it displays a freshness that keeps you interested. It creates a lot of tension for sure, an undercurrent of violence that threatens to explode at any moment. But also there are tender moments to enable you, the viewer, to empathise with Doug, Arm of course, and also feel for Ursula, Arm's ex, as she protects her child, but offers Arm a way back in to the fathering if he leaves the underworld. The point that his mother emphasises, his ex-wife, is that she wants her boy to have normal experiences. Calm with Horses is set in Ireland. It's at times a hard-edged, ferocious film about crime and brutality, but the film also has a compassionate look at family, at hope, and also touches in detail on toxic masculinity. It was up for a nomination in the BAFTAs. My notes on the film I'll go through briefly. Get an insight into the impact autism has when we witness a child's tantrum-like behaviour when he's feeling frightened, and this is often triggered by things that appear minimal, for example a TV programme. Arm is fond of his boy though, but struggles handling these extreme behaviours. The title, I sense, reflects on how to deal with the child's autism, much like dealing with a frightened horse. When Arm returns the boy to his mother after some contact, she works at a stables, and we see the horses basking in that calm atmosphere. In contrast, the circles that the Devers mix in is rowdy, violent and tense. We witness bar life depicted when Dympna, who has a very short fuse and gets a kick out of using Arm to silence anyone who challenges his views. Arm often resorts to drink and coke to soothe the impact that's happening on his life, and he's being told that he must silence the alleged molester as part of his work duties. and this sits very uncomfortably with him. And the late night scene when the two come together, we see Arm avoiding the hit and giving the man an escape route if he leaves town. Arm also is finding it extremely difficult to cope with his ex-wife's boyfriend for no reason other than the fact that he feels that he should be there with his ex-wife and his child. The movie tends to lose a sense of reality as we get near to its conclusion. Arm goes on a vendetta to cleanse his negativity about his life, his family, just about all and sundry. And he slides into mental anguish, mainly about the impending loss of his son, but also the response to the Devers, who find the man Finnegan and realise he hasn't completed the hit, and they basically instigate a vendetta to chase him down and eliminate him. But the film has numerous characters that you find are just not nice, full of hate and ruthlessly self-centered. As I say, the last frames become very toxic and desperate as Arm becomes the contract after being seen as betraying the gang by not carrying out the hit. A messy conclusion is inevitable, and you tend to be left with an emptiness as the credits run. I was a bit disappointed in the ending, but certainly the first 2/3 of the movie were very, very enthralling. But anyway, that's my take on Calm the Horses, released in 2020. Get to watch it.